So we have been trying to start from here and put knowledge in their head, and then encourage them through their own prayer life that we've also taught them how to pray, to go off by themselves and somehow let it move from here to here. What we learned last year is that we can start here, and then they want to pull it up here too. Because once they start to have feelings for this, and they're starting to see more of a hunger, they're starting to want to eat more, then they're asking us to teach more. But where you ignite it first is in the heart, not in mind. Okay? This is what Jesus did with his apostles. They walked with him for 3 years, and they had a relationship with him. Mary Magdalene had a relationship with him. Think of her own life, for example. She was shunned by everybody. No one cared for her. No one loved her. No one even cared if she was alive or dead. And then she met Christ, who accepted her for all that she had and all of her problems. He helped give her a life free from sin. He showed her what love is. And this became the center of her life. You know? And then he had to show her, this is where teaching the sacramental part comes in. Then he showed her, you're going to experience me even more profoundly than you do in my presence. You know? Because he actually sets up an encounter for her at the tomb before it even happens. Because what does he do? He tells her to save the oil for my burial. So think about our loving relationship that Mary now has, and the object of that love asks her to do one thing for him: anoint my body when I'm dead. And what happens? He's crucified. He dies, they wrap him in the shroud, put him in the tomb, the Sabbath begin, he anoints his body. The person I love the most, I have just let down. This is Mary's thinking. He asked me to anoint his body, and I failed. So imagine her now sitting all night long with this jar of ointment. And as soon as she's able, what does she intend to do? She goes in search of the body. She goes looking for the body, and when she can't find it, the body's gone. You know, now she's in another whole state of frenzy and panic and worry and anxiety. And now all she can do with everybody she meets around that tomb is, where did you put him? Where is his body? Where did you put him? I want his body. You know? She finally sees what she's looking for, and Jesus says, don't touch me. Now she's even in more anguish. Why does he not want me to touch him? He begins to send her off back to the brothers with a message. And the next story we read in the Gospels is when she goes back to the upper room and she's starting to tell her story. If you look in other gospel accounts, what follows next is the two guys that were on the road to Emmaus. They come busting back in, and they start telling them, we saw him, and he was made known to us in the breaking of the bread. And so now all the teachings on the bread from heaven, and my body and my flesh, and the Last Supper, begins to materialize in their hearts and their minds. They begin to devote themselves to the breaking of the bread. Now imagine Mary's first Holy Communion, when she gets to take into her being the one she loves. That is much more intimate than what she had before. That's how you teach somebody about a sacrament. Okay? Because now what she's taking in truly is going to transform her. Not because she believes in the particulars of the sacrament and that it's just the real presence of Christ, but because she's taking in the one she loves. because of the relationship that she has. So we have to help each other form this relationship. This is why I said, I can lead you to the water and I can help you drink it. It's beginning to shift. And once we are able to look at the same things with different eyes, we see it. It's there because it's been there, because this is how it was meant to be from the beginning. So this is not a new thing we're asking you to do. We're asking you to do what we should have been doing from the beginning. And we've allowed ourselves to take the easy road.